Number 1 of James Benke, the number 1 of James Benke out on the Speedway. James, racer out of Canton, Georgia. 11-year-old driver. Was a rookie in 2023. Picked up his first career win as he rolls around and the white flag is out. They're mixing it up there on the back straightaway. Tegan Nolan, there's Tegan Nolan. Yeah, we've had Tegan with us last year. Talked to his folks out there in Topeka, Kansas not too long ago. Jeremiah Bullfrogs has a watch party going on. And Tegan Nolan wraps up a qualifying run. Also out there in the Speedway, the 38 machine, wrapping up qualifying. Gerald White III from down in Lakeland, Florida. So Rue Reeves, the fastest with 13 of the 19 drivers done. Rue Reeves, the fastest. James Benke, Gerald White III, Cale Weevil, and Tuggy Case, your front 5. Final group going to roll trackside. Going to be led to the Speedway by Jacob Peterson. Jacob Peterson in the number 8, the 11-year-old racer from McConnells, South Carolina out there. Stillwell Racing. And they put some good race cars out. Jacob has a win here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Rest of the field making their way around the racetrack. Off turn number 4, that is B-Rex, Brexton Bush out on the Speedway, the number 9 machine. Maverick Bradshaw from up in Troutman, the Bradshaw family, just a great part of racing here in the area. There's Maverick Bradshaw in that red number 9 car, the black number 7. Carson Tate, the driver out of Hampton, Georgia. Carson Tate from Hampton, Georgia. White flag is out, final lap of this qualifying session as Tate takes that car down into turns 1 and 2. Paxton Smith with that Days of Thunder look on the number 46 car. Paxton, a 10-year-old racer from Youngsville, North Carolina. Rolling it around the Speedway. Been racing for 4 years. Nickname is Pac-Man. So Pac-Man in the Days of Thunder car. Rue Reeves going to be quick one here in the 34 diecast time trials. Brexton Bush second, James Benke third, Maverick Bradshaw, Gerald White, Cason Tate, Cale Weevil, Tuggy Case, and Christopher Flynn. Next up onto the Speedway, we have the Bandolero Outlaws. Bandolero Outlaws 22 strong. Rolling up onto the Speedway to get their qualifying laps done. And man, they're already thundering into turn number 3. First car out and up to speed is this nice maroon machine of James Monolo. James, the 12-year-old racer from up in Beaver Dam, Virginia. AK Performance, the team that he drives for. In hot pursuit is Corbin Cannon, and Corbin Cannon's a multi-time winner here at the Speedway from down in Conway, South Carolina. Swept winter heat, or picked up 4 of 6 wins in winter heat last year. Multiple wins here in the summer shootout. And Corbin Cannon out on the racetrack. The number 40 machine is rolling into turns 3 and 4. Down across the stripe is '48 of Jacob Hassey. Jacob Hassey in the 48. Jacob, Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, the 12-year-old. Here they are making their way down to the white flag. Other drivers all the way around the Speedway there. Austin Seaburn in the number 24. Jackson Jones in the 54. Out on the racetrack as well. So there's Jackson Jones in hot pursuit in that number 54. Car 54, where are you? You got to be old school to know what I was talking about there. 13-year-old racer from Concord, North Carolina. In the early going, not a shocker, Corbin Cannon is the fast driver here in this first group. Corbin Cannon, a two-time winner in the beginner division last year here at the Summer Shootout. And made the jump up midway through the season, up into the regular Bandolero Bandits. So Corbin Cannon climbing the ladder, if you will. Next onto the Speedway, the number 13 machine, Lucas McFall. Lucas McFall in the number 13 machine. Lucas picked up, saw him in victory lane earlier last year at one time. There's the number 9C of Carson Sherman. Carson Sherman out on the racetrack. Like the number 13 of McFall out on the Speedway. We just talked about him a little bit. The 19, that is Madison White. Madison White. There's the number 17 of Mason Robertson. Robertson looking to the low side. Racer out of down in Hermondo, Mississippi. There's one of our regulars. Originally from up in Michigan, from Mooresville now, Jack Smith. Jack Smith. Rolling that green number 9 car off turn number 4 down under the checkered flag. Again, we have 22 of the Outlaws here. And Corbin Cannon, James Monolo, Carson Sherman, Jack Smith, and Lucas McFall as we're in now to the rolling track side. This will be the last group of the Bandolero cars. The Legends car is going to roll out. 5 divisions of Legends. We've got a field of cars here tonight, folks. You're in for a treat here at America's Home for Racing. I believe that's the 17 of Josh Souza from Harrisburg, North Carolina. Good looking car by Josh. '39 of Chase Spalding from over in Concord. There's that orange car you see rolling onto the back straightaway now. Chase Spalding in the number 39. Spalding, well, a little bit of a bobble there. Got a whole handful of steering wheel. And again, this is 34 diecast qualifying. We're rolling off here in the Bandoleros. Chase Spalding in that 39 machine. Next up, we've got the 45. This is a young driver from Emerald Island, North Carolina. Rylan Spake. Rylan Spake. Got a chance to watch him race out at Southern National Motorsport Park and parked it on the front stretch. Rylan Spake, a really good young talent right there. And he is one of the drivers running for national points. Also has winter heat wins up on the road course, up at Dominion Raceway. So Spake, a really, really good talent. He's going to be talked earlier this year in the family over at Southern National, and they're going to be a handful here at the Summer Shootout. I'm fairly confident of that. The 43 machine is Kix Bach, and the number 43 from over in Mooresville, North Carolina. Checkered flag is out. We're down to the one more group, and Rylan Spake has gone to the top. That number 45, that black 45 in the middle of the back straightaway, Rylan Spake from Emerald Isle, North Carolina. Goes quick time. Young man has really developed his talent, that is for sure. Final group going to roll onto the Speedway. Going to be led by the triple aught, Lincoln Johnson. Oh, boy. Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Oconomowoc. Yeah, I think that's right, actually, too. Harley Johnson out there, another racer from Wisconsin, Exonia, Wisconsin. He's slow on the backstretch. Is Harley Johnson. Going to get out of harm's way. We stay green. That's the number 55 machine out on the racetrack. That's Landon Thrasher from that's easy for me to say, Murfreesboro, Tennessee, in the 55. Good looking race car there down across the front straightaway. Hustles that machine into turn number 1. Also out on the Speedway is the racer out of Florida, Allison Herlong, out on the racetrack. Good to have Allison with us here as well. Allison Herlong from down in the state of Florida in that 131 machine. So there is Allison taking that car up off from turn number 2. That is going to do it for qualifying here. Landon Thrasher goes quick time. Ryland Spake second. Chase Spalding third. Corbin Cannon fourth. And James Monolo fifth. That is 34 diecast qualifying for the Bandoleros is now done. Chargers up onto the Speedway next. 23 strong for the Chargers. Mentioned Ryland Spake. He is the current national point leader. Landon Thrasher is second in points. And Corbin Cannon is third in points. So not a shocker that those three are right at the top of the speed charts. The Charger division up onto the Speedway now, rolling down into turns 1 and 2. Beautiful black and gold number 54 machine. Seth Demas from up in High Point. Good to have the Demas family back racing with us after a couple of years off. And Hoyt will be back out here a little later on. Landon Barefoot from Folsom, North Carolina, in the 006, the 006 machine. Out there on the racetrack in hot pursuit is the number 18 of Knox Bryant. Knox Bryant in the number 18 car. In the Charger division, we've got 23 in the Charger division. Peyton Fayen, racer from over in Colorado out there. We got one the wrong way around in turn number 3, so yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is out. It's the, I believe that's the 77 of Aiden Lewisnard. Aiden Lewisnard from Cocoa, Florida. Boy, I like the wheels on that machine. Good looking race car. Representing the Sunshine State of Florida. Green lights are back on, and we're back to qualifying here. This is the Charger division. And again, this is 34 diecast qualifying here. '15 of Grayson Price from down in Monroe. There's Grayson in that number 15 car. There is the 18 of Knox Bryant. Knox Bryant again in that number 18 machine. Also out on the Speedway. Well, the quick time is the number 80 car. The racer, the young lady out of Colorado, Peyton Fayen. Peyton Fayen is the quick time as we come down to the checkered flag in this first group. Landon Barefoot second fastest. Knox Bryant third fastest. So 6 drivers of 23 have taken time in the Charger division. Next group going to roll trackside, get their qualifying efforts in the books. Jagger Parker in that white number 99 car. Jagger Parker from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Out on the Speedway. There is the 86 from Lawndale, North Carolina, Zach Murray. Zach Murray in the number 86 from over in Lawndale, North Carolina. Murray takes that car up onto the back straightaway. We'll sneak a peek at the number 52, Cole Gudmestad from over in Mooresville, North Carolina. Cole out here getting his laps in 34 diecast qualifying. We'll see how Cole stacks up against the field. Cash LaCroix. There's a racer's name. Cash LaCroix in the number 27 car. There's Cash working up off from turn number 2. Farron Laney also out on the racetrack, the racer out of Monroe, North Carolina. 12 of the 23 drivers have taken time. Cole Gudmestad from that group, the quick time in that number 51 machine, making his way back to the pit area. It is cookout night here, the cookout kickoff for the summer shootout. Oh my, we're in for a treat here tonight. Cookout is the home to the best combo meal in the South. 40 plus fresh shakes, hamburgers, hot dogs, corn dogs, barbecue, and many, many more items. Nothing pairs better with race day than cookout. I believe that's the number 13 of Keaton Lyons. Keaton Lyons from Centralia, Illinois. The first car out on the Speedway, so good to have Keaton and the entire Lyons crew racing with us here at the racetrack. Lyons a little off the pace off turn number 2. That allows Thomas Harris from Charlotte in that number 11 car to close in. 11 of Harris, the yellow and black machine. The number 8 car, there's Landon McGowell. Landon McGowan, that is, from Gaithersburg, Maryland. Yeah. State of Maryland is represented here. There's B-Rex Brexton Bush. Brexton Bush doing double duty here. Going to run in the Bandoleros and also in the Charger division. Here's B-Rex on the big screen here in 34 qualifying. Brexton Bush, very accomplished young racer. Of course, the son of Kyle Busch and the nephew of soon-to-be inducted into the NASCAR Hall of Fame, Uncle Kurt Busch. Brexton gets his qualifying times in. Checkered flag is out. Cole Gudmestad is still fastest. Cash LaCroix is second. Peyton Fayen is third. Landon Barefoot, Knox Bryant. B-Rex goes 7th fastest for Brexton Busch. We're down to, I believe, one more group of Chargers left. One more group of Chargers left. And we'll continue on with our 34 diecast qualifying here tonight at America's home for racing, Charlotte Motor Speedway. First car on the Speedway from Winter Haven, Florida. It's Sadie Parsons. Sadie Parsons in that number 3 machine. Adriana Herlong. It's black number 31 right here in the middle of the back straightaway from Valrico, Florida. Adriana Herlong out there on the racetrack. There's Adriana working that car up off from turn number 2 into turn number 3. Gerald White III from Lakeland, Florida, out on the racetrack. Gerald, a regular with us the last few years. As Gerald takes that car down into turns 1 and 2. Gerald White III. See what happens here with the final lap of qualifying, 34 diecast qualifying. They're all shooting for Cole Gudmestad. Checkered flag is out. All of these drivers going to wrap up their qualifying runs. See the number 32 of Tanner Tucker. Tanner, one of our Millbridge regulars. Well, we got one. Got a Fro Fabrication yellow check. Well, just the checkered flag. So Cole Gudmestad in 34 diecast qualifying the fastest. Cash LaCroix, Peyton Fayen, Landon Barefoot, Knox Bryant, Adriana Herlong, Farron Laney, Brexton Bush, Tanner Tucker, the old tuck and run number 32, and Jagger Parker, your front 10. That's going to do it for the Chargers. Next onto the Speedway, we've got 20 young Lions. 20 young Lions just chomping at the bit and ready to come out onto the Speedway. We are so glad you joined us here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Good-looking bunch of humans gathering here. Oh, man, you're in for a treat tonight. I hope you wore your dancing shoes. We got a new group of interns, and, man, they are fired up. They're wound up. They haven't slept in 3 days. They're all jacked up about being here tonight. With all of the games and the fun we're going to have, you're in for a treat here tonight. Had a transponder issue on one of our cars here, so going to get a separate qualifying run. I think that's Austin Seaburn, if I'm not mistaken, from Lowbanks, Ohio. Austin Seaburn from Lowbanks, Ohio. Well, it's either that. We got 224s. It's either that or Blake Michael, one or the other. Take your pick. We welcome both of them here at the racetrack, and because there was a transponder issue, I have no idea which one is which. I guess I could go through. Yeah, that I believe is Austin Seaburn. He's clicking the transponder right now. So Austin Seaburn. Again, the racer out of the Buckeye State of Ohio. Denny Hamlin referenced the Buckeye State of Ohio and Victory Lane up in Michigan to the arousal of the Michigan faithful. So always good to have, we have got, I haven't done the tally yet, because with 189 cars, we're all up to our elbows in entry forms and blanks and names and numbers. But, man, we got racers from Idaho. We got racers from Mississippi. We got Minnesota and Wisconsin represented, and the state of Michigan and out west in California. All up and down the eastern seaboard. If it's east of the Mississippi, we've got racers from just about every state east of the Mississippi. It's pretty exciting. 189 cars here. And that's going to do it for qualifying, and Seaborn not able to crack his way into the top 10 spots. So that does wrap up 34 qualifying for the Bandoleros. It is now time for the Legends cars. Young Lions, number 75, Allie Johnson from Fort Myers, Florida, out on the Speedway. Cars making their way off turn number 2. Allie Johnson, they're in that number 75 machine. The number 80 machine in hot pursuit there. Then we've got it's Bryson Nichols in the 80 machine. The 9M of TJ Moon. TJ, one of our champions here last year at the summer shootout. TJ Moon in the number 9 car. Now we've got the number 15 of Case James. Case James from Newton, North Carolina in that number 15 car. There's the racer out of Newton. How about that one? Tanner Bach from Mooresville in the hot pink number 44. Love it. That is a good looking bucket of bolts right there. Tanner Bach in that pink number 44. Man, that's a looker. Holy cow, that's a good-looking race car. Gonna get out those phones and take some pictures of that one, send it to all the family and friends and say, look what I saw at America's Home for Racing, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Second group gonna roll trackside again in this Young Lions division. 20 racers have entered the contest. 20 drivers have entered this contest here tonight. Peyton Harrison, I believe that is, in the number 8 car. Make sure we get the right name on that one. No, that's my old buddy Brody Rhodes. Brody Rhodes. From Bladenboro, North Carolina, Brody is a many-time winner at New River All-American Speedway, Southern National Motorsports Park, and Brody Rhodes. What a talent he is, that young man. A couple of cars battling up off from turn number 4. That's Sam Macedo in the number 16. Sam, the driver originally from Cherry Point, Massachusetts. Mason Weekly out there. Caden Ridenauer in the 316. There's Ridenauer in that, or the 16 machine. It was Macedo. Next group going to roll up onto the speedway. This will be the final group for the Young Lions. 17 machine is Benny Morabito. Ben Morabito from Miller Place, New York. Last year's summer shootout champion, Benny Morabito, in that number 17 car. Also out there on the speedway in the Young Lions division, Owen Zacharias in the number 35. There's Owen, former Trek champion down at Florence Motor Speedway in the Bandoleros. Riley Hutchins from over in Mount Pleasant. Riley in that 15 machine. She's turning some heads and wheeling and dealing this year in that number 15 car as she's racing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway and down at Echo Park Raceway, formerly known as Atlanta Motor Speedway. Colton Hale in the number 12 car. Colton Hale in that number 12 machine. Colton from Manteca, California. Colton Hale from Manteca, California. Young Lions checkered flag is out. Quick time is Ben Morabito in the 34 diecast qualifying. Colton Hale second, TJ Moon, Bryson Nichols, and Brody Rhodes, your front 5. Next up, oh boy, batting down the hatches. There's 37 of them. These are the VP Racing Fuel Legends Cars semi-pro drivers. Number 99 of Tyler Garrettson out on the racetrack. Garrettson in the number 99 machine. Tyler from Centerville, Arkansas. The 8 of Jaden Johnson out on the racetrack making laps. There's the 55 machine up on the Speedway. That's Landon Thrasher. Landon Thrasher in the number 55. Checkered flag is out. Ben Morabito. That is going to do it. Ben Morabito, Landon Thrasher. How about Colt Johnson, third fastest? Spencer Bradshaw and Colton Hale, your front five. And Young Lions is where working through their qualifying set. Semi-pro, 37 semi-pro drivers out onto the Speedway. The 22C machine, the 22. Actually, we got 3 22s here. That's Randy Phillips. Randy Phillips in that yellow number 22 out on the Speedway. One of the early ones in the VP Racing Fuel Legends Cars semi-pro ranks. That's Nate Morris in the number 25. Nate Morris in the number 25 machine. It's good to have Nate running with us here. There's Jordan Plummer. She's in that number 22 machine. Jordan Plummer in the 22. The 94 machine up onto the Speedway is Jet Johnson, the racer out of Nebraska, in that number 94 car. There's Jet down into turn 1 and 2. Checkered flag out for this first group here in the VP Racing Fuel Legends Car Semi-Pro ranks. Next group, Dominic Chisholm in the number 87 car. Dominic Chisholm in the number 87C machine from Hampstead, North Carolina, is Dominic Chisholm out there getting laps around the Speedway. The number 1B of Adam Brickley. Adam Brickley in the 1B machine. There's the number 28 car. 28M of the Sandman, Oliver Mismer. Oliver Mismer in the 28 from Emerald Isle, North Carolina. '99, I believe, is Tyler Garrettson. White flag is out. One more trip around the quarter mile. Checkered flag is out for this group. Take a quick peek at the scoring monitor here in 34 diecast qualifying. Aiden McConaughey is the fastest at number 71 car. Dominic Chisholm, Dylan Thomas, Adam Brickley, and Nate Morris. But we're 13 out of 37 cars. So we're early in the day here in this qualifying session for the VP Racing Fuel Legends Car Semi-Pros. There's the number 42 machine up onto the Speedway. That is Benjamin Rogers. Benjamin Rogers in the number 42 car, making his way. Beautiful night here at America's Home for Racing, Charlotte Motor Speedway. As we watch these semi-pro racers make their way around the speedway, getting their qualifying laps in. Isaac Kitzmiller goes to second fastest. They're all still chasing Aiden McConaughey. White flag is out. There's Neil Doolin. Neil, a champion here in the summer shootout last year, has graduated up into the semi-pro ranks. He was our Young Lions champion last year in that number 79 car. And he's going to be one to watch. Neil also does some coaching of younger drivers. There's Kitsy in the 97, Isaac Kitzmiller. So got a bunch of really good racers here in this semi-pro ranks. And Isaac Kitzmiller, Kitsy in that 97 car, goes to the top of the scoring pylon. But again, we are very early in this session. 19 of 37 cars have taken time. So big field. How this will work with the VP Racing Fuel Legends Car Semi-Pro top 20 lock in to tonight's A main, and we will have a 17 car B main with, I believe, 4 cars coming out of it. It's a little bread and butter race. There's Hunter Jordan. We see him right here at the start-finish line in the 81J machine. The number 73 of Zachary Honecker from Spring Hill, Tennessee. From up in the Volunteer State, Zachary Honecker takes that car down into turns 3 and 4. Number 34, racer out of Alaska, I believe that is. Yeah, Wasilla, Alaska, 17-year-old racer. How about that? Trent Dillard. Trent Dillard. Allison Johnson, the former Bandolero Outlaw national champion in her second season in the Legends car. Here she is, hustling that car into turn number 3, looking for big things out of Allison this season here in the Cookout Summer Shootout. Sam Butler from this group has gone quick time. Sam Butler, the number 81 car, has gone quick time. That's the black number 81 at the start-finish line now. There's the blue and white one of Hunter Jordan, and then the black number 81 is your quick time driver right now. And we're at the midpoint here of this qualifying session. Next group of cars rolling to the speedway. There's the number 51 machine into turn 3 and 4. It's a great racer from over in the eastern part of the state, in Swansboro, Scotty Benford. Scotty's got a number of wins this season. He's been awful tough to handle over in the eastern part of the state. There's no denying that. That's Sterling Rissling in the number 9 machine. Zach Murtis out on the speedway in the 02. Zach Murtis in the 02. J.C. Fickinger. There's Murtis in that 02 machine. Checkered flag is out. Sam Butler, Isaac Kitzmiller, Hunter Jordan, Aiden McConaughey, Dominic Chisholm, your front 5. And we're down to the final group of drivers in the VP Racing Fuel Legends Car Semi-Pro ranks. This is 34 diecast qualifying. 34 diecast qualifying here at America's Home for Racing. Final group rolling trackside. It's the number 38 of Gerald White, the third, Cameron White from down in Lakeland, Florida. Dylan Faulkner in the number 60 machine. There's White. Cameron down there in the number 38 car. Dylan Faulkner in the number 60 machine. Final group of the VP Racing Fuel Legends Cars semi-pro racers, 37 strong. What a field of cars we have here tonight. It's a 22C. Chase Burgesson, Chase, a racer out of California. Started racing back in November of 2023. He's got an interesting schedule this year. His two focuses, Legends cars on the East Coast, Cars Tour on the West Coast. So Chase Burgesson in that number 22. There's, I believe, the 68 machine of Aiden Potter from Brentwood, Tennessee. From Brentwood, Tennessee, Aiden Potter. Nick Bubbles Bronson has the checkered flag out. And we'll see what happens here in 34 diecast qualifying. Final cars come across the stripe. Sam Butler going to be quick time. Chase Burgesson, what a great qualifying run for Chase Burgesson. Isaac Kitzmiller, Hunter Jordan, Aiden McConaughey, your front five. Again, the top 20 will lock into tonight's A main. The balance, the 17 remaining cars, will go into a B main tonight. Oh boy, that's going to be a wild one. The old bread and butter race. Man, the old throw the haymakers and see how they stick here in the VP Racing Fuel Legends Car Semi-Pro ranks. Next up, the best drivers in all the land, the pro drivers up onto the Speedway for their qualifying session. This is, of course, 34 diecast pro qualifying as we roll them out and get them set to go. What a dynamic, diverse, and talented field of pros we have this year here at America's Home for Racing. The number 91 machine. Martin Gatzoulis. Good to have Martin back here racing with us again. There's Jensen Jorgensen. Jensen picked up the win last week, Thursday night, down at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Jensen, a former champion here at the Summer Shootout. And I'm telling you, with that white number 32 rolls in the pits, people just shake their heads. They know they're better bring their A game when it comes to racing here in the pro division with Jensen Jorgensen. The 03 is Lucas Vera. Good to have Lucas Vera, former Bandolero champion, back with us. Lucas, one of the really, really good young men in the sport. And good to have Lucas here with us. The 12 of Daniel Wilk returning. Daniel's been a mainstay here in the Summer Shootout. And Jake Bowman is your defending champion. That's that number 71 car at the tail of the field, and he goes quick time. Jake Bowman goes quick time in that number 71 car. Next group rolls trackside. That's the number 7 machine of Jackson Lewis, the racer out of Lakeville, Minnesota. Jackson Lewis from up in Minnesota. Good to have Jason and the entire Lewis team here racing at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The 72 is Nick Woodall. Nick Woodall, the racer out of Georgia. Nick's been a regular with us here at Charlotte Motor Speedway for a number of years. Always a pleasure to watch Nick wheel his race car. That's Alex Relling in the number 42 from up in Mooresville, the 19-year-old racer. Second in points in the semi-pro division last year here. Good to see him advancing up into the pro ranks now, Alex Relling. Number 19 is Jacob Bradley. Jacob, Rockwell, North Carolina. Number 9 of Michael Crafton, and Keelan Harvick out on the racetrack. Keelan Harvick in that green and white number 62. Keelan goes fourth fastest. Jake Bowman, Daniel Wilk, Lucas Vera, Keelan Harvick, and Michael Crafton, your front 5. Oh boy, here we go. The Australian supercar ace from New Zealand, SVG, Shane Van Gisbergen in that number 97 car. Shane Van Gisbergen making his debut here tonight in the summer shootout. Maybe it'll go as good as his NASCAR Cup Series debut did a year or so back, a couple years ago, actually at Chicagoland. There is the New Zealand IndyCar 7-time winner for Team Penske, Scott McLaughlin. Yes, that's Scott McLaughlin. Scott McLaughlin racing around the Speedway. There is, boy, that's one. Sean McElherney is always good here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, that 98 car. There he is from Babylon, New York. Multi-generational racer. And out on the racetrack, the number 23, Tyler Reif. Tyler Reif, the ARCA Menard Series racer. Yeah, that Tyler Reif. ARCA West, ARCA Menards. He ran the ARCA race at Michigan. He's here tonight. He's here tomorrow night. And then I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's got a 600 micro ride at Millbridge on Wednesday night. So Tyler Reif going to get all kinds of good experience here, from the 2 miles at Michigan to the quarter mile here at Charlotte, over to the 1/6 mile over at Millbridge Speedway. Next group going to roll trackside. Danny Chisholm in the number 87. Danny Chisholm in the number 87. Chisholm lines that car up. There's another one that they just shake their head when Ryan Zima pulls in, the racer out of Cleveland, North Carolina. When he comes into a racetrack, a lot of times the battle is for the second spot. He's that good. In contention for the national champion. He's a 2-time dirt national champion. And that young man can really drive a race car. It's always good to see Ryan Zima at a racetrack. The 12. That's Brandon Martinez from up in Rhode Island. Oh yes, Rhode Island is represented here tonight. So good to have Brandon Martinez from the tiny little state of Rhode Island. Jake Bowman still quick time. Here in the pro ranks, 24 drivers, and that is going to do it, I believe, for 34 diecast qualifying. Jake Bowman, Tyler Reif, Daniel Welk, Joel Smith, Lucas Vera. Just for those of you crazy old men of motorsports up under the Speedway now, the Masters division. The final division to qualify here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. All those drivers getting them up to speed there. That's Robbie Woodall out there in the 56 machine. Brandon Risley in that number 5 car. Good always to have Brandon racing with us here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Dean Benessi out there in the 68. Sean Parker, boy, he's got a story to tell. Oh, Sean Parker in that number 20P car from up in Kentucky. Robbie Woodall is fastest, Brandon Risley second. Mark Green in the 20G car is third fastest. Sean Parker in the 20 is fourth, and good to have Hoyt Demas back with us in that 72 car. Hoyt's been away for a year or two, and Hoyt in that 72 car going to do it in the Masters division, 22 strong, so it's be the first of 3 groups of qualifying for the Masters division. Next group up onto the Speedway, Andrew Brown from Greenville, South Carolina in that white and red number 3 car. The number 31 is Giles Martin. Giles Martin in the 31 machine. Giles from Goodlettsville, Tennessee in that number 31 car. Well, Cowboy Dwayne Holder back for another season of fun and frivolity in that number 12. We got one the wrong way around, the 3 car. We have got a pro fabrication caution as the number 3 of Andrew Brown gets around in turn number 4. Brown able to fire that car back off now, but yellow flag out on the Speedway. As soon as he got her fired back up, these crazy old men were back to work. And back under green flag conditions, there's Brown as that car pointed in the right direction. Now how about this one? Did not have this one on my bingo card. I'd heard about a lot of the surprises we had coming this year. But the number 51 car off turn number 2, yes. Kyle Busch, Rowdy Busch. Back in a Legends car, which is actually where it all started back in Las Vegas years ago. And I had heard about SVG, I had heard about McLaughlin. I know Roger Caruth tried to get a ride. I knew a bunch of drivers, and when I looked at the entry list, I had to take a double, triple take. See Kyle Busch back in a Legends car, and that is good news for everybody. And yeah, and yep, right to the top of the speed charts, Kyle Busch driving in the Masters division. Kyle, the 2024 Wing Micro going to see if he can add a Charlotte Motor Speedway Summer Shootout Championship for the old guys. I love it. Absolutely love it. Kyle Busch is a tremendous... You add Kyle Busch to any field of cars and you got yourself a good competitor, and he's already at the top of the speed charts. How about that? Next group, rolling trackside. I believe this might be the final group here of... No, one more. This will be the final group, yes, of 34 die-cast collectibles. You got some heavy hitters in this one. There's Robbie Faggart, a multi-time champion here at the Speedway. 96 is Jesse Bennell. Jesse in the 96. There's the 98 machine rolling down into turns 3 and 4, or the 96 of Bennell off turn number 4. Well, Kyle Busch and Robbie Faggart going toe-to-toe. Something I did not have on my bingo card as Robbie Faggart goes to the top of the speed charts. There's Kyle Beatty. Good to have Kyle back with us. Right behind him, our reigning champ, Lee Jordan, in that number 81. That is going to do it. Robbie Faggart, quick time. Josh Mullins, second. Kyle Busch, third. Robbie Woodall, fourth. And Kyle Beatty, your front five. That does it for 34 diecast qualifying. The final few qualifying events coming up will be a B main, I believe, for the semi-pros. And then we'll get right into it. So we are set to go. Well, we are glad you've joined us here at America's Home for Racing. What a good-looking crowd on our cookout kickoff night here. And again, so glad you joined us. Concession stands are open. All those great Coca-Cola products. We see everyone coming in with some folks and some stuff. I had some Hungry Howie's pizza earlier, man. They're in a good point with that. Good stuff. Concession stand, hot dogs, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, everything you need. French fries. Saw some popcorn. Saw some nachos. Good times here at America's Home for Racing. Nick Bubbles Bronson on the flag stand. He's ready to get going. We're so excited to have you. Everyone wave to Nick. Wave to Bubbles. That's right. Wave to Bubbles. Exactly. What a friendly cuss he is. Yes, indeed. What a friendly cuss. Oh, we are set to go. And again, we are so here tonight. It's always exciting when we kick off the summer shootout because we have all kinds of things that are new here at the Speedway. You know, every year we come back, and there's some of us that have been around here forever and ever. But it's always fun, and I'm so excited for what we have here for you this year. What we do is our entertainment is the interns here at the Speedway, the operations, the PR, the event and marketing interns, and I had a chance to spend a little time with them last week. And folks, you're in for a treat here this year. We need to make sure you're here each and every night of the summer shootout because our interns have all kinds of fun stuff planned for you. So it is going to be a great time here at Summer Shootout. Get on the horn right now and text all your friends. They're within 20-30 minutes and tell them they better get here. And those friends that are not 20 or 30 minutes away, shame on them. But tell them we can come right back here tomorrow night and do it all over again here at America's Home for Racing. So it is the 32nd running of the Cookout Summer Shootout. How about that? 32nd running of the Cookout Summer Shootout. We're back here tomorrow night. Media Mayhem, sponsored by DSM Luxury Motorsports. Yes, folks, tomorrow night, school bus races. School bus races. Here tomorrow night. Coming up on June 17th, round number 3, Laps and Lassos night, presented by DSM Luxury Motorsports. Dress up in your Western gear, and you get $5 off. And coming up on Tuesday, June 24th, NASCAR night. Wear your NASCAR gear, get $5 off. Here he is. Oh, boy, there goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. It didn't take us long to mess everything up. Oh, he's got new blue wheels on his hot rod. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, into turn number 3. Off turn number 4. Let's give it up for the world's fastest mascot. It's Lugnut. Lugnut's already killed his engine. He's already killed his engine. There we go. Oh, now he's going to give us some donuts. There he goes. Car is looking sporty with those blue wheels. Easy. Just tested the safer barrier down there. Someone might want to check on Lugnut. Well, he's still rolling. We can see him on the big screen. How about it? Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for the world's fastest mascot. It's Lugnut. Opening ceremonies coming up here in just a few moments. As long as Lugnut doesn't wipe out the stage, making its way to the front. We see Shaky down there, all from Cookout. Shaky's in the house. It's going to be interesting to see how we wedge Shaky through the fence down here. This could be interesting. So the opening ceremonies coming up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Charlotte Motor Speedway, America's home for racing and the Cookout Summer Shootout. Hopefully you've had one of those wonderful 40 different delicious flavors of Cookout milkshake. And if you haven't, there's one right down the street tonight after you're out of here. So no matter what flavor you want, they got 40 different choices for you to cool off after a great night here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The Legends cars are going to be coming up. And before then, we would ask that you all that are able, please rise for our invocation. From our invocation from the Sons of Thunder Ministry, the Reverend Buddy Compton. And from Charlotte, Felicia Hicks Gaston will be singing our national anthem.
You know, one of the neat things is summer shootout time. Amen? Good to have you out here. For years past, I've always read the driver's prayer at the first event. So bear with me. This is like if you're the driver of the car. Let us pray. Almighty God, I thank you for giving me the talent and the ability to participate in this sport. I pray that I can use my talent and my skills to glorify you in some way. And as I run this race, may I feel your presence in my life. May I be confident that you are with me in this race, just as you are with me in the walk of life. And I also pray for my family and my friends that help me in this sport. And may you protect all of us during this race and in our travels home. In the precious name of Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow, Felicia Hicks Gaston. What a rendition of the anthem. Folks, we got great racing coming up from right here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. The Cookout Summer Shootout, round number 1 is next.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. You heard Lenny Baticki, he was throwing it away for the folks at Flo. They don't get to see what we get to see. I mentioned it. I mentioned we got a new breed of interns here this year, and man, they are whacked out wide open, wild, and ready to go. But I'm telling you what, we bring back a blast from the past from last year's intern crew. He's out there running some Fortune 500 company and just wheeling and dealing. My main man is back on the stage. How about it for Adrian? Adrian, what's going on, my man? Welcome back to the Summer Shootout.
How you doing, Postman? Hey, is everybody excited for Summer Shootout? All right, I need you guys to make some noise. We have a special treat for you guys. We have t-shirts. So I need you to be on your feet making noise. Here we go. Oh, I can't hear you guys. We need more. We need more. Oh, come on. We got this one right here. Who wants it? The loudest fan. All right, thank you, guys. Back up to you, Postman.
So glad you joined us here at America's Home for Racing, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Of course, we're right back here tomorrow night, round number 2, Media Mayhem, presented by DSM Luxury Motorsports. And we've got a school bus race tomorrow night with all of our media friends. So going to be big. And then we're here each and every Tuesday night through the end of July. Round number 10 is Champions Night. You can go to Charlotte Motor Speedway and check out the schedule and see what is happening with all of the racing here. The 32nd running of the Summer Shootout here at America's Home for Racing. My gosh, I'll tell you what, down there on the flag, down there on the stage, what a good looking bunch. How about in our 2025 class, our intern class? You're going to get to know these folks all year long here at the Shootout. Let's welcome these kids on board with us here tonight. Yes, indeed. Give them a hand, folks. Yep. We'll run a few of them off, no doubt about it. We'll run a few of them off. We'll keep a few of them around. But what a good group. Had lunch with them last week, and I'm telling you, folks, they got a lot of fun ideas and fun things, and they're going to have a lot of good things going on here this year. So this is our class of 2025, our interns here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and they're going to be dancing and singing, and they've already slung some shirts. Got those arms loosened up, rotator cuffs all stretched out. We're good to go. Good to have Adrian back with us. Adrian was one of our interns last year, and Adrian's going to be our ringleader here for tonight and tomorrow night and hand off the microphone to some of the other new folks here. So it is so great. I love what Charlotte Motor Speedway we do with our interns here. It is a great spend your Tuesday night here with us at the track, and these interns have a whole lot of fun. Tony Stevens and Steve Post here up in the booth. Tony, here we are back again for another season of the Summer Shootout. The calendar just keeps flying by, and all of a sudden, here we are back at America's Home for Racing.
Feels like it was just last week we left here and said we'll be here again another 42 weeks. Well, that calendar, as you said, has flown right by, and it is a great time, a great day. One of the biggest car counts for opening night we have had in quite some time. Got to give props to everybody that makes this event happen for getting that growth, and we're going to see plenty of great racing here tonight. And look at this, the B-Main is almost a feature-size field. This is going to be good as we try to get the final 4 cars into the VP Racing Fuels Semi-Pro feature go.
Yeah, Tony, 189 entries. There was 37 in this VP Racing Fuel Semi-Pro. And just heard some of the folks talking. It was the last time we've had this many cars at Summer Shootout was 2011. 2011. So really impressive what is going on, and we're so glad. I know a lot of you are here for racers or with racers, with specific racers. We appreciate you doing it, and I know a lot of you checking us out on FloRacing are following certain racers. We're glad you tuned us in. As Tony referenced, this is the VP Racing Fuel Legends Car Semi-Pro B-Main. Top 4 to transfer 15 laps the distance. Jacob Reynolds in the 9R from Marietta, Georgia. On the pole, Zach Honecker from Spring Hill, Tennessee starts second. Mitch Wright from Ontario starts third in the 21. AJ Nichols in the number 33 from Harlem, Georgia. Jacob Weidman from Mount Pleasant, North Carolina in the 77. Nick Bulkley from Cherry Valley, Massachusetts in the 27M. Oliver Mismer in the number 28M, Trent Dillard in the 34, Randy Phillips and Benjamin Rogers in the next row, Maddox Hooper in the 19, Jet Johnson in the number 94, Zach Murtis in the 02, Aiden Potter in the 68, Dallas Kibbe in the 97, Gary Winters in the 66, and the young lady Jordan Plummer in the 22P starting shotgun. She's keeping a keen eye on everything. Right out the windshield from the tail end of the field. Track caution lights have been extinguished. It is the 2025, the 32nd running of the Summer Shootout, the Cookout Summer Shootout at America's Home for Racing, and the green lights are on.
Lap 1, turn 1, first car in the barrels, and week number 1, and we left 2. Almost pulled the little spare out down the 59 split, and now we've got sideways in turn 3.
We have got a Pro Fabrication yellow flag. Pro Fabrication yellow flag out here. 3 cars together. Gary Winters over in the turn number 1 and 2. I got to give him credit. He got a couple barrels in and said, why not? And he actually turned the car to the right just to get a few more, but he missed the last one, and he missed the first one.
That's going to be the hard one to fix now. It's the 2-9 split,
yeah,
whatever it is.
Absolutely. Oh, boy. We got the 42 of Benjamin Rogers down there. Looks like the 73. Is that what I'm seeing down there? There's no 73. Maybe it's Jacob Weidman in the 77. And the Sandman, Oliver Mismer's in the middle of it there in the 28. So... yeah, 77's out on the racetrack, so is that Bulkley? Maybe there's a 7 on that white car, so we'll see. No, Bulkley's out on the racetrack. Well, we'll just figure it out. We have a good angle on all the racing here and a bad angle on identifying that race car. That's all right. We got it all covered here tonight.
Here's a replay of it on the big screen.
You know, there's 4 cars to qualify, and this is a tight, flat quarter-mile racetrack. I think that's, you know, we could talk about all we want, but I think that's just what Summer Shootout racing is, and I believe that was right around the 4th spot. Imagine that. And the thing of it is you don't want a driver to get his rhythm. You don't want him to get wound up on those starts, on those restarts is the time to make some hay, and there was some hay made. They did some bailing off into turn number 3 and all kinds of contact down there.
And we got them airborne on top of each other. We got 3 or 4 of them wadded up. And you said it, Steve. Transfer spot is where the action happens. And we've got plenty of action as well down on the stage. I do believe that Adrian's got more games ready to come for us. Adrian?
Hey, how's everybody doing? All right, we have Kaylin here. And what's your name?
Jenna.
Jenna. Everybody say, hey, Kaylin. Hey, Jenna. All right, so the game we're going to be playing today, we're going to be trying to name as many cookout milkshakes as you can. You guys think you can do it? All right, you have about 30 seconds, all right? So you guys can just go back and forth, and we'll get the crowd to help you, all right? So name a flavor of a cookout milkshake.
Chocolate.
Nice. All right, you give one.
Vanilla.
Vanilla. All right, your turn.
Strawberry.
Strawberry. All right, your turn.
Blueberry.
All right, that's good. Hey, you guys give them a round of applause. Come on, here's your turn now.
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream, that's my favorite. All right, your turn.
M&M.
M&M, all right, you got another one?
Caramel.
Caramel, all right, you can also use the crowd. Which one do you have?
Watermelon.
Watermelon, all right, you next.
Lemon.
Lemon, all right, we got 3 more. Which one do you have?
Banana.
Banana, all righty, last one.
Peach combo.
Peach cobbler, everybody give them a big round of applause. We're gonna get you guys some gifts. We have a plenty of gifts for you guys tonight. So, give them one more round of applause.
Man, they're having a heck of a time getting those cars pulled apart down there. They did get the Oliver Mismer car. Tony, just looking at the here is the barrel run down through turns 1 and 2. Gary Winters, watch him in that orange car. He missed the first one there. He took a little. There we go. Got all but the first and the last one. And then what he did, I love what he did. I don't know if we see it because they piled up down in 3. He just drove to the garage. It was like, my season is over. I've already accomplished more than I will ever accomplish all year long. I'm just going to park it and save some fuel and save some tires.
Hey, you know what they say? If you can't be good, be spectacular.
Absolutely.
He was spectacular.
He was spectacular, that is for sure. Benjamin Rogers, the racer out of Salisbury, North Carolina, getting the business end of the hook, the Tommy hook there, if you will, as they carry that car. Oliver Mismer is joined at the tail end of the field. Was just looking at the INEX national points. He's 8th in the national points, has a win earlier this year at New River All-American Speedway, has a bunch of second-place finishes, and he finds himself not only in a B main, but now at the back of a B main here on opening night of the Summer Shootout. The young man's got some work to do.
He does, and that shows you how competitive the Summer Shootout is. I mean, almost all these divisions separated by less than a half a second for the most of the field in qualifying. I mean, it's tight. You've got to hit your marks, and one bobble, one missed mark can send you to the tail of the field, or in this case, into the B main as we get set to start this one up yet again.
So we did get 1 lap completed on this one, which is good. We got 1 lap down, and we will see what we can do with the remaining 14. Yellow light's coming back on. We don't have things reset here just yet, so going to be another lap or 2 before we get going here with 1 lap down, 14 to go. We got the number 9 of Jackson Reynolds, the 77 of Jacob Wheatman shows the high side. Mitch Wright down on the inside, and then the 34 machine of Trent Dillard goes up to the 4th spot. So, again, 4 cars qualified. Yellow lights remain on. So, we've still got a little time in the work area or something. We just got 1 car in the work area.
And if you're new to Legend Car and NX and Summer Shootout Racing, those competitors do get a specified courtesy time in the work area, generally one time only. And you don't want to use it up on lap number 1, but you're thankful to have it. Problem is, lights are out, and we're just mere moments away from going racing again.
Rogers' crew going to work on that race car now. Field is set behind the Cookout Summer Shootout pace vehicle. Here they come into turn number 3. Jackson Reynolds off turn number 4. The restart zone is a little further down the front straightaway this year. There it is. You see it. And we go green. Back to green flag racing action. Reynolds sets the pace down on the low side. Weidman works the high side as they work up off from turn number 2.
Much cleaner this time into turn number 1 and through turns 3 and 4. Lap number 2 goes on the board behind Jackson Reynolds. It is a huge hornet's nest. The fight for second, the fight for 5th. Time's going to quickly run out in this one. You've got to get what you can get and get it now when they're close to you.
Battling through turns 3 and 4, Nick Bulkley in the number 27, that orange car down on the low side. The native of Cherry Hill, Massachusetts, now makes his home in Lexington. He's up to the 5th spot, but just dirt tracked it off the turn and lost all kinds of room. Randy Phillips now dials up the inside lane. Right now on the hot seats, the number 34 of Trent Dillard.
The good news for Dillard is he has got a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of a cushion back to this fight here for 5th. Phillips has got some time to get there, but he has got to nail each and every lap. This race, not very long, and he's got 5 laps in the books already this time, and he's hoping to try to get to that 4th spot.
Up at the front of the field, Jackson Reynolds is the race leader, sets the pace. It's Mitch Wright riding smoothly in the 2nd spot. Wright nipping at his heels just a little bit. Weidman now goes, in fact, changed for the battle for the front spot. Wright goes to the low side. Reynolds up on the high side. Reynolds slides up the racetrack, hangs the left off turn number 4. New race leader, Mitch Wright, is the leader. Reynolds in the 2nd spot. Jacob Weidman is 3rd. Trent Dillard continues in the 4th spot, but yeah, Randy Phillips is inching in on him in that yellow number 22 machine.
That was a smart move a lap ago by Jackson Reynolds. He looked in the mirror, he realized that Weidman was there, and he realized he had plenty of space. That if he just let him go, the goal here is to get into the feature, not to try to win this thing. Sure, you'd love to. It's one more spot in the starting lineup, but you want to absolutely get into the show. That is step 1 here tonight.
Making their way down to complete lap number 8. So we're into the second half of this one, and things continue the same at the front. Mitch Wright is the race leader. Mitch in that number 21 car, the racer out of Ontario, Canada, as he sets the pace there. The number 9 machine runs in 2nd, the racer out of Marietta, Georgia. That is Jackson Reynolds. They are stepped out on the rest of the field. Weidman all by himself, the racer out of nearby Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, but it is starting to pick up for that final transfer spot. Trent Dillard, the racer from Alaska, has it. Randy Phillips is right there, a few inches off the back bumper.
And I believe that Trent Dillard feels the pressure. He's missed the bottom of the racetrack a couple of times. Seen him push up in the exit of turn 2. Now he's got to push the back bumper from Randy Phillips. Trent Dillard has got a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to get it done. Phillips looks to the inside. Dillard up the racetrack. They play bumper tag in turn 4. This is the battle to get into the show. 3 of them are ahead and they're safe. The guy that finishes 4th is the last man in, and who is it going to be?
I'll tell you what, Tony, I thought Dillard was a sitting duck a few laps ago, but he's done a nice job thus far. He's not out of the woods yet. No, he dirt tracks it, and he gave it away. He gave it away sliding up the racetrack, and Randy Plummer says, thank you very much. Randy Phillips, that is. Randy Phillips says, thank you very much. Now Dillard back on the offense, though, as he wraps on the back bumper a couple of times, as Phillips tries to sneak away.
Yeah, and Phillips is able to get away to where Dillard can't get to the back bumper. That car's starting to get very loose for Trent Dillard. We saw it bobble that time in turn 4. Obviously, it nearly came around entering 3 a couple of laps ago. Seems like it's going the wrong direction for Trent Dillard, not only on the scoreboard, but with the race car itself. They're going to have some notes for tomorrow, maybe to get him at least into a better spot come race time as the white flag is in the air.
Up off from turn number 2 for the final time. Race leader Mitch Wright sets the pace. He works that car into turn number 3. Has about 6 car lengths on the advantage. Mitch Wright brings that car off from turn number 4. Going to pick up the win. Jackson Reynolds going to get the 2nd spot. Jacob Weidman 3rd, and Randy Phillips Your front four, those four drivers are going to race in the VP Racing Fuel Legends Car Semi-Pro A-Main. Coming up later on tonight, the balance of the field will be back in action tomorrow night here at America's Home for Racing. And the field is set now for all of the feature events. All we have now are feature events, a B feature for the beginners, and then we get into A feature events all throughout the rest of the evening. Hey, I want to remind you, no matter which way you leave, no matter which way you go, if you go back toward Harrisburg, if you go up toward Concord, if you go out toward Concord Mills, if you go down into Charlotte, you can stop by a cookout after the race and shake up your rotation with a delicious char-grilled hamburger, hot dog, or one of their 40-plus fresh shakes. Nothing pairs better with race day than cookout, and there is one on the ride home tonight from wherever you are, whichever direction you go. We thank our friends at Cookout. So good to have them be part again this year for the Cookout Summer Shootout. You see the Cookout barrels being picked up down there in turn number 2.
You know, we used to put tennis balls and things in those barrels years ago, and the driver that hit the barrel with the tennis balls or whatever it was won some sort of prize.
Yeah, that's right.
I propose we stuff them full of Cookout milkshakes.
Oh, that'd be messy.
Just a proposal.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go a little different. You think about barrels, and when I think about barrels, I think of rodeo and rodeo clowns. I think we put Bubbles Bronson in a barrel. There we go. Our very own rodeo clown. Put Bubbles Bronson in a barrel. And if you hit that barrel with Bubbles Bronson in it, you get 10 bonus points. 10 bonus points if you hit the barrel with Bubbles in it. Yes, indeed. Sad news on the Bubbles Bronson front, though. Sad news on the Bubbles Bronson front. Ladies, we warned you. Ladies, we told you for the last few years, Bubbles is no longer available. In fact, Bubbles saw some pictures on that FaceTime or whatever it is. Bubbles dropped to his knee and proposed to his lady friend. He is no longer on the market, ladies. Settle down. You're going to have to look for Plan B. Beginner Bandolero Bandits, this is the B feature. This is a non-transferring B feature, so we will just have a winner of this B feature, non-transferring. Ava Boyd in the number 26, Wyatt Goodale in the number 24. Michael Schrantz in the number 23, and I believe I pronounced that right, even though it's not spelled that way, but I talked to him and his granddad last week, and I think we got Schrantz right this time. Jerry Garrettson in the number 6J, Jordan Whitford in the 02, Ellie Hodge in the 57, William Paez in the 77, Jack Lawson in the 85J, and Carly McMurray in the number 35. 12 laps the distance. B feature for the beginners, the first-year racers, maybe a second-year racer. The youngsters make their way to the starting line, the restart box, and we go green.
And just like that, the beginners make their way out of turn 2. Single file again. This is the second half of those that made an attempt to qualify. And in order to kind of give them more track time, the decision was made, let's split the field up. Because they are beginners, Steve, sometimes you make more mistakes, and that leads to more yellows and not a lot of good track time under yellows. So this was the decision made to give them as much green flag race time as possible the last couple of years, and has seemed to work out very well as Ava Boyd leads the way.
And Tony, you said the 2 words, track time. These youngsters just need laps around the racetrack, and this group's going to get a dozen of them here in this feature event. A little competition there. Ava Boyd, Michael Schrantz. Love it. Wyatt Goodale from up in Riverhead, Long Island. I'm assuming that's the children of Eric Goodale, the NASCAR Wheel and Modified driver. So good to have the Goodale family. NASCAR Wheel and Modified will be racing at Riverhead on Saturday night. You could catch that on FloRacing, but it's good to have Wyatt and his brother be out here running a little bit later on here in Summer Shootout competition. See, we watch racing all the time, and you see this and watch just the pause, the hesitation. We've been following this sport. It's like just drive around that lap car. That Ava Boyd leading this race, that might be the very first time she's ever come up on a lap car. And you saw a little stutter, you saw a little twitch of the steering wheel, and then you saw go now. Oh, no, Goodale gets around. Woo, that was close. A little bit of contact there.
And in some cases, it might be the first time they had to avoid a spinning race
Yes,
car in front of
indeed.
them.
Yes, indeed. You're absolutely right. It is the absolute charm and beauty of our beginner Bandolero division, and it's just so cool to see these kids develop. And you know what you'll see is if you come here all year long, you'll see some of these kids, they'll be out here in this B feature tonight, maybe the B feature tomorrow night. They'll run up front. Then they'll be mid-pack or toward the back of the A feature, and we'll get here week 8 or 9, and it could be very well one of these drivers in the top 4 or 5 running for wins in the A feature and the beginner Bandolero Bandits. And this just shows that the system we have here and the way this thing works, the seat time, the lap time, works so good for everybody here. But right now we're under a pro fabrication caution here for a spin in turn number 2. Ava Boyd in that number 26 car is the leader. Ava, the racer out of Monroe, North Carolina. Michael Schranz from over in Hickory, right there tucked in behind in that number 23 machine. Schranz will try to keep the pressure on. Jerry Garrettson from over in Arkansas starts third. Here they come into that restart zone. Gassing them up. We go back to green flag racing action.
And off we roll yet again. Ava Boyd going to continue to set the pace in this one. And whoop, watch out. Round she goes in turn number 4. Pro fabrication caution is out. And that back again, Steve, to some of the first-time things. You get that big jump on the restart. You kind of forget your marks that you were running those first 5 or 8 or 10 laps and miss them just a little bit. And unfortunately, around she goes.
Yep, Ava Boyd gets that car rolling around the infield of the racetrack. She'll get rejoined at the tail end of the field and continue on here now. But that puts Michael Schranz at the front of the field. Schranz in that number 23 car. Jerry Garrettson in that second spot in the 6G or 6J. And then Ellie Hodge in that orange and white number 57 car. Ellie Hodge going to be third. William Paez is fourth. The 02 of Jordan Whitford, fifth. The 85, the Pro Fabrication sponsor 85, Jack Lawson, sixth. And then the 37 of Carly McMurray. And we'll get Ava Boyd caught back up to the tail end of the field.
The cool thing I love about these Bandoleros, Steve, yes, the beginners are generally 8 to 11-ish years of age, but every now and then you'll find an adult in this class. I mean, and the good thing is these cars are so inexpensive to get. You can literally go back there behind the water tower in Harrisburg and say, I'd like to buy a Bandolero or a Legend car. Grab one, take it home, put some oil and some fuel in it, strap in. You could be out here racing. Well, tomorrow might be a little bit of a stretch, but be out here racing next week. And that's the cool part I love about it. These are affordable little cars. And while generally the kids are in these, we've seen adults in them as well. And of course, the Legend cars the same way with the Chargers. It's just great to see some of you folks taking this step and getting involved in the sport that we all love.
And U.S. Legends car racing is all across the area. We race here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, Wednesday and Thursday night at Echo Park Motor Speedway down in Atlanta for the Thursday Thunder program. Friday night, Wake County Speedway over in Raleigh and Anderson Motor Speedway in Williamston, South Carolina. Saturday, all kinds of options. Southern National Motorsport Park, Dillon Motor Speedway, the dirt track at Lakeview Motor Speedway, Dominion, Franklin County, Langley, Lowson Pine, all running U.S. Legends cars. So you can come here and race on the weekdays and go race your local racetrack. And there are racetracks all across the country that run U.S. Legends cars and the Bandoleros. Michael Schrantz is out there setting the pace. Schrantz has about a 1 second advantage over second running Ellie Hodge. Hodge runs in the second spot. Garrettson is third. He's under fire from Paez. Paez hangs a left in the middle of the backstretch, works to the low side. Paez down on the low side. Garrettson wheeling it to the high side as they make their way around some slower traffic. Halfway down, halfway to go here as we're 6 laps into this 12-lap B main for the beginners.
Working around that traffic, no problem. And like you said, Steve, pretty much halfway home in this one. 12 laps the entire distance for Michael Schrantz and Ellie Hodge and everybody else. And Hodge has been one of those drivers you talk about that started to go through this process. And she came out here, you know, again, just trying to figure it out, trying to figure out where to be and how to get fast and do all these different things. And now Ellie is one of those drivers that, depending on the week and how everything goes, you might find her in the top of the B main, the bottom of the A main, slowly getting better. That's exactly what this is all about. You want to sit there and get that experience and get your confidence up more than anything. Because I'll tell you one thing, if you have zero confidence in the race car you're under, I don't care how old you are, it is a real big challenge. So these youngsters getting plenty of that confidence here this afternoon.
Yeah, that doesn't matter if it's Tuesday night, Monday night here at Charlotte, or Sunday afternoon at one of the NASCAR tracks. Driver confidence is such a big part of it, and you see Michael Schrantz confidently going around the outside, and this is what a young driver like Michael wants to do. This is what you talked about Ellie Hodge. This is what she wants to do. Get some laps, chase some people, work around lap traffic. Maybe the car breaks loose, save the race car, learn about momentum. Here she's getting ready maybe to get a challenge from William Paez. He looks like he's in a little bit of a hurry there in the third spot, and that's what it's all about right now as they work their way through the latter stages of this one. This time by, Paez gets a run to the Hodge. They're side by side. Nick Bubbles Bronson in the flag stand gets the signal. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. Oh, that's the wave over. But we are at 10 laps, so pro fabrication caution. So we got the O2 machine right along the fence down here on the front straightaway. That's Jordan Whitford. Jordan Whitford in the O2, the racer out of Marshville, North Carolina. Track safety crew coming in to tend to her, and we'll see what we have there. Oh, the man with the fancy hat is back. Good to see the man with the fancy hat here in the stands. Yep, you know it's summer shootout time. Don't know what the guy does. Don't know what the guy does the other 44 weeks of the year, but we know what he does. On the 8 weeks of the summer shootout, he comes out here and dances. He has his dancing shoes ready, and it's good to see him. Good to see a lot of our familiar and friendly faces out here at the Speedway.
Put your shoes back on. I smell it up here.
Easy.
Hey, aye,
Aye. Oh, my gosh. So working on getting that Whitford car down here. Oh, I see people got popcorn down there. Love popcorn at a racetrack. Oh.
How's everybody doing? There we go. I like that energy. So we're going to be playing the game Who's Got It? So I'm going to call out something, and the first person to stand up and who has it, you'll get a free lanyard, all right? So this one's going to be pretty easy. Who's got a cookout cup? Yeah, come down. Oh, yeah. There we go. All righty.